A city that's actually two cities, divided by one of Europe's mightiest rivers. On one side, hills, castles and viewpoints. On the other, grand boulevards, stunning architecture and vibrant city life. Budapest is one of Europe's most underrated capitals, and today I'll show you why this city deserves a spot at the top of your travel list. To understand Budapest, you first need to understand the Danube. The river divides the city into two completely different halves, Buda in the west and Pest in the east. It wasn't until 1873 that these two cities were officially united, along with Buda in the north. Buda is the older, quieter side. Here you'll find Castle Hill, narrow streets, and an almost Mediterranean atmosphere. Pest, on the other hand, is the bustling centre. This is where the grand buildings stand, where the nightlife happens, where the modern heart of the city beats. The Danube itself isn't just a dividing line, it's also a stage. Especially in the evening, when the Parliament building and the Chain Bridge are illuminated, the river becomes the backdrop for one of Europe's most beautiful city panoramas. A night cruise on the river is pretty much a must. If you only have half a day in Budapest, spend it on Castle Hill. So much history and beauty is concentrated in such a small area that it's almost overwhelming. You can reach Castle Hill on foot, by bus, or by the historic funicular, the Budavari Cyclo. It's been running since 1870 and connects the Chain Bridge directly to Buda Castle. Buda Castle itself towers over the city like a stone guardian. Originally built in the 13th century, it was destroyed and rebuilt multiple times throughout the centuries, by the Mongols, the Ottomans, and most recently during World War II. Today it houses the National Gallery and the History Museum, but honestly, most visitors come for the view, and it's spectacular. Just a few minutes walk away stands the Fisherman's Bastion, white towers, sweeping staircases, romantic arcades. The name sounds like a defensive structure, but it was actually built at the end of the 19th century purely for decorative purposes. The 7 towers symbolize the 7 Magyar tribes that founded Hungary. From here, you have the best view of Parliament on the opposite riverbank. Right next to it stands Matthias Church, with its distinctive colourful tiled roof. The patterns of glazed tiles shine in orange, green and yellow. It was built in the 14th century and even served as a mosque during the Ottoman occupation. In front of it stands the equestrian statue of Stephen I, the first king of Hungary. Even higher than Castle Hill rises Gellert Hill, 235 meters above the Danube, crowned by the Citadella, a fortress built by the Habsburgs after the failed Hungarian Revolution of 1848. Not to protect the city, but to control it. The Hungarians never forgot that. Today, the Citadella is mainly a viewpoint, and what a viewpoint it is. From up here, you can see the entire city, the Danube, the bridges, Parliament, Castle Hill. At sunset, this is one of the most magical spots in the city. Right next to the fortress stands the Liberty statue, 14 meters tall, holding a palm branch in her raised hands. It was erected in 1947, originally to celebrate the Soviet liberation. After the fall of communism, the inscription was changed. Today, it commemorates all who died for Hungary's freedom. Some buildings are just absurdly impressive. The Hungarian Parliament definitely belongs in that category. 268 meters long, 96 meters tall, with 691 rooms and 20 kilometers of stairs. It's the largest building in Hungary and the 3rd largest parliament building in the world. It was built at the end of the 19th century in neo-Gothic style, inspired by the British Palace of Westminster. Construction took 17 years, and supposedly 40 million bricks and 500,000 precious stones were used. From the outside, Parliament is especially stunning in the evening, when the entire facade is illuminated. But a tour of the interior is also worth it. You'll see the magnificent Dome Hall, where the Hungarian crown jewels are kept, and you'll get a sense of just how seriously Hungarians take their national identity. The largest church in Budapest isn't just a religious centre, it's an architectural statement. 96 metres tall, exactly as tall as Parliament, and that's no coincidence. The number 96 refers to the year 896, when the Magyars settled in the Carpathian Basin. No building in Budapest is allowed to be taller. The Basilica is dedicated to Saint Stephen, the first king of Hungary. Inside, you'll find his mummified right hand, one of the country's most important relics. A somewhat macabre sight, but historically significant. The real highlight awaits at the top. An observation deck on the dome offers a 360-degree view of the city. You can also take an elevator up. Heroes Square is more than just a square. It's a statement, a place where Hungary celebrates its history, honors its heroes, and showcases its national identity. In the center stands the Millennium Monument, a 36-meter-high column topped by the Archangel Gabriel. According to legend, Gabriel appeared to the first Hungarian king Stephen in a dream and presented him with the Holy Crown. At the base of the column stand the 7 chieftains of the Magyars, led by Arpad, who led the Hungarians into the Carpathian Basin at the end of the 9th century. Behind the column stretches a semicircular colonnade with statues of significant Hungarian kings and statesmen. From Stephen the Holy to Matthias Corvinus to Lajos Kossuth, the hero of the 1848 revolution. Each statue tells a chapter of Hungarian history. The monument was built in 1896 to mark the 1000th anniversary of the Hungarian conquest, hence the name Millennium Monument. Since then, the square has been the site of national celebrations, state visits, and political demonstrations. In 1989, people laid flowers here when Hungary freed itself from communism. To this day, people gather here on national holidays. The square is flanked by 2 impressive buildings, the Museum of Fine Arts on one side and the Hall of Art on the other. Both are architecturally striking and house significant collections. Directly behind Heroes Square begins the Városliget, the city park, Budapest's green lung and a place full of surprises. The centerpiece is Vajdahunyad Castle, an architectural curiosity. It was built in 1896 for the Millennium Exhibition and combines architectural styles from different periods of Hungarian history, Romanesque, Gothic, Renaissance, and Baroque, all in one building. Originally intended as a temporary exhibition, it was so popular that it was later rebuilt in stone. Today, it houses the Museum of Agriculture. At the edge of the park stands the Ethnographic Museum, which reopened completely renovated in 2022. The building itself is worth a visit. Modern architecture with a green roof you can walk on, offering great views over the park. Inside, it's all about Hungarian folk culture, traditions and crafts. The park itself invites you to relax. In summer, you can rent boats on the small lake. In winter, it transforms into one of Europe's largest outdoor ice rinks. At Erzsébet Square, right in the center of Pest, spins the Budapest Eye. The Ferris wheel is 65 meters tall and offers a nice overview of the inner city. Especially in the evening, when the city is illuminated, it's worth a ride. Budapest is the only capital in the world sitting on hot springs. Over 120 natural thermal springs feed the city's famous baths, and bathing here is a tradition that goes back to the Romans. The Széchenyi bath in the city park is the largest medicinal bath in Europe. The yellow buildings, the steaming outdoor pools, and the chess players in the water are world famous. You can bathe outdoors here even in winter, with steam rising around you. If you want to understand what Hungarians eat, go to the Great Market Hall. The 19th century building is an architectural highlight. Steel, glass, and colourful Zsolnay ceramic tiles on the roof. On the ground floor, you'll find fresh produce, paprika in all shapes and heat levels, salamis, pickled vegetables, and Hungarian honey. The upper floor has souvenir stalls and small food stands, where you can try Lángos and other local specialties. Speaking of food, Hungarian cuisine is hearty, spicy, and definitely not for calorie counters. Goulash is the classic, of course, but heads up, in Hungary, goulash is a soup, not a stew. Thicker, with chunks of meat and potatoes, that's called pörkölt here. Lángos is the ultimate street food, deep-fried dough, traditionally topped with sour cream and cheese. Supposedly, the best ones are at Lake Balaton, but you'll find good ones in Budapest too. Kürtöskálacs, or chimney cake, is the sweet counterpart. A spiral-shaped cake baked over an open fire and coated with sugar, cinnamon, or nuts. Originally from Transylvania, now found at every Christmas market in Europe, but it tastes best here. Budapest is beautiful, but that beauty has scars. Throughout history, the city has been conquered, destroyed, and rebuilt multiple times. For 150 years, the Ottomans ruled over Buda. They left behind the bathing culture, but also destruction. The Habsburgs came next and turned Budapest into the grand city of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The magnificent buildings from that era still define the cityscape today. The 20th century brought new wounds. After World War I, Hungary lost 2/3 of its territory. During World War II, Budapest became a frontline city. The siege of 1944/45 destroyed nearly all the bridges. Then came 40 years of communism. Understanding this history helps you see Budapest with different eyes. Finally, a few practical tips. Budapest is affordable, at least compared to Western Europe. Food, drinks, and admission fees often cost half of what you'd pay in Vienna or Munich. The currency is the forint, but many places also accept euros. Public transportation is excellent. Metro Line 1 is one of the oldest underground railways in the world and a sight in itself. Add to that trams, buses, and the cogwheel railway up Castle Hill. A 72-hour ticket is almost always worth it. The best time to visit is spring or fall. Summer can get oppressively hot. Winter is cold, but the Christmas markets and steaming thermal baths have their own charm. Budapest is a city of contrasts. Old and new, east and west, grand and laid back. A city that doesn't hide its history but looks forward. Whether you come for the culture, the food, the thermal baths, or the city panorama, Budapest welcomes you with open arms. If you've never been, change that. You won't regret it.